So we're back in the social engineering toolkit. And instead of running a social engineering attack directly with spear phishing, I'm going to create a payload and a listener choosing option 4. Remember, we're trying to create a custom Trojan. We're not worried about creating a spear phishing campaign. So the first thing I'm going to do is create a payload, and our payload will be a Meterpreter payload. And all we want in this case is for the user to click on the payload. And we can disguise this as another file name, and there are other things that we can do here. But I want the user to click on payload.exe in Windows, and it will start a reverse shell session back to .35, which is the Metasploit server. And I'll also enter the port of 1337. And so the payload will be configured to communicate utilizing those settings, and the Metasploit server will be configured to listen. So you see I started the payload and the listener. So the payload has been configured, the listener is now listening, and so they're both in place, and now it's going to be a matter of distributing this payload to the victim's machine. Now remember, I said I'm not going to focus on the distribution mechanism here. We're not going to run a spear phishing campaign. The purpose is to show you how to create a payload, which is a Trojan, which will allow you to remote control their system. So you see where it put the payload, and now I'm going to copy that over to a Windows system. Now we're on the Windows system, and I'm going to open the payload.exe that I transferred to the Windows system. Okay, so there's payload.exe. I'm going to go ahead and run it. Now I have my antivirus turned off. It would normally catch this. And so when I run that, it's established a connection back, and you can see the Meterpreter session has been opened. There's one session that's been opened. We look at the help menu, you can see how we can take advantage of that and control the shell of the compromised machine. And there we have it. This machine has been pwned with a custom Trojan that we created using the social engineering toolkit and the Metasploit framework.